Is this screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So do you have any question from previous session? Okay, so today we are going to see this scheduling job using at and cron tab. In unit number 10, we have done till 9. We have the option for the networking. Sorry, 10 we have already done. This 11. Okay, so in 11, these all are the network related settings. So we will learn this network related setting once we learn the IP address in the next week. And after this network configuration, we have the printing and then the date configuration. So we have already seen initially how to configure date in Linux. And this is scheduling job to execute later. Okay, so let's start. So we have two commands to schedule a job to execute later, like how we set alarm for once or the repeated alarms every day, morning 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, something like that. So similarly, we can schedule a job to execute at once, and we can schedule a job which can execute on a given schedule frequently. To schedule once or one-time job scheduling, we use add command. So here, first of all, before using at or cron tab, you need to check what is the date and time. If date and time is correct, then it's okay. If not correct, then we need to correct it. So date space month, MMDD. So month is 11 and the date is 8. HH hour. So now it is 19/13/2024 and then the second 34. So now we have set or corrected the date and time of this machine. Now to schedule any job, we'll write at a space. At what time this job should run? 19:15. What should it do? It should make a folder. It should create a blank file. And then once you have scheduled, Control D to save and exit. So when your system time will be 19:15, it will execute this task. If you want to list what are the tasks scheduled at a space minus L. So here you will come to know that one job is scheduled at 19:15. To see the details at a space, uh, that is minus C. Minus C space the job number. Here you can see the job number 1. And here in the last you can see what are the commands set to be executed. Okay. So now we need to wait for 19:15. Once the time completes, then it will execute it. Now the time is done. When we put ls, you can see it has created a file Paris and the folder Germany. Similarly, whatever command you schedule, that command will run on the given time. Now suppose if you have scheduled and you want to delete, then we have the command add a space minus d and the job number to delete the scheduled job. Now the next. Next we have cron tab. To understand the cron tab, first we have to go in the cron tab sample file. Here we can see the format in which we have to write this cron tab. That is, first we have to specify has, just because it is a comment, that's why it is showing like this. First we have to give minute, then we have to give hour, and what are the valid values we have, that is mentioned in the bracket. After the minute, hour, we have to define the date, month, day of the week. Once these all things are done, then you have to type command to be executed. So this is the format how we have to schedule the job. Now to schedule a job, we have command cron tab space minus e. Go in the insert mode. First we have to type minute. I am saying 00 space 10 o'clock, then date any date, month every month, which day, 7 or 0 means Sunday, what to do. I am saying take a backup of etc folder, okay, and the destination file name will be slash, suppose I have one folder, inside that backup dot tar, and to take the backup of etc folder. Like this, we have to schedule call and wq to save and exit, how we work in the vi editor. So now it is showing that no cron tab for root using an empty one, cron tab installing new cron tab. If you want to see the list minus L, you can see this task is scheduled on this specific time. If you want to edit it, again you can use cron tab E and you can edit. Suppose again on another time you want to schedule. So in the second line, you will give another date and time and accordingly the another command. Okay. And if you want to delete cron tab space minus R to remove the cron tab. So I hope this job scheduling is clear. Any confusion?
It's an automation process to the files, right, sir?
Yes, it is like if you want to automate any job to execute on a given schedule, for that we use this cron tab. In general, you can say we are scheduling a job to execute on given schedule. Like every week, I want to take the backup. I want to do a cleanup of temp files like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Tanveer, if you take the backup, that backup will be storing on which location?
What location we have explained here? Like I will show you that tar command. Okay. After this, we have the next. See. Okay. So finding process we have already done. This is the network client, how we work. So these all things we are going to be default permission, special permission we have done. Inode value, directories, copy, remove, hard link, soft link, and so on. Performing installation. So this was the 033 book which we have covered. Now some other things from other part of the Linux, that the scheduling job we have completed. Now moving to creating and managing the compression or taking the backup. So to take the backup or to compress any file and folder. So generally, we have all configuration files stored in etc. So tar minus c to create, v for verbose, f for force. Destination file name, my backup dot tar. Okay, and you want to take backup of etc. So first we give the destination file name. So I have not specified any location, so it will take backup here itself. And this is the source or the target folder or file for which it has to take the backup or it has to compress. Okay. Now, before this, let us check the size of etc folder. Du disk uses minus h for human readable, s for summary. etc folder. So it is showing that the size of etc folder is 32 MB. So I'm going to take the backup. We have set V, that's why it is showing that what are the files it is compressing or taking the backup. Sorry. Now, if we execute the command ls, we can see we have a file backed up, my backup.tar. So du space minus hs my backup.tar, you can see the size reduced to 30 MB. Okay. Now I want to extract it. So to extract, I will, wherever you want to extract or restore, you have to go there first. So I'm going inside Germany folder. I want to extract it here. So I'll use command tar minus xfv, not because I don't want it. And then the location slash root slash my backup dot tar. So full path of the backup file or compressed file. And here you will see it is extracted. If you put ls, you see after extracting what is there, etc folder. When you go inside the etc folder, you can see all the configuration files are there. Okay. So this was your compress and decompress. Okay, or you can say as a backup also. Is this clear? Any confusion?
It's clear.
Okay, now moving to the next, that is ACL, access control list. So what exactly is this access control list? That is ABC. So recently we have seen one topic called uh, normal permission. Okay. So in the normal permission, what are the things we can do? We can set permission for owner, group, and others. We cannot do more than that. Suppose there is a situation where we need to set permission for more than one user. For example, or let me write it here itself. Suppose the owner of the file is Tanveer, group is sales, and rest all comes in the category other. So here what I have given for Tanveer, I have given read write, sales I have given read, and for other I have not given anything. Okay. So if it is like this, and I have to give permission on the file name, suppose report. This is the file name. So I have to give permission to one of the user named Raju and one more group, that is marketing group. So in a normal way, additional user or group, we cannot give permission through ch mode. Okay. So for this type of scenario or for this type of situation, we use ACL. So access control list is used to give permission to a specific user or group on any file and folder. Okay. So let us see, if I put ls space minus l, here you can see it is showing dot. Okay. So to understand this scenario, let me create a file on root partition. To create a file on root partition, I will use slash and the file name blr. Okay. So if you use ls space minus l slash blr, you can see by default the permission is with root, and for other there is a read permission only. So let me remove read permission. Chmod 640 on blr. So as of now, if Tanveer is going to log in, then in that case, here you can see if he is trying to access the file blr, he is not able to. But I want to give permission only to Tanveer to add and modify this. Then in these things, ACL comes in picture. So to get the permission list, we have command get fscl slash blr. So here you can see file name blr owner root group owner root. For the owner, the permission is read write, group read, others no permission is there. To give permission to Tanveer, we have command set fscl minus m for modify. Then if you want to give to you user, then u, if to group, then g Tanveer, and I want to give him read write permission on the file slash blr. Now let us check. See, Tanveer is able to see it. Also, I have given read write permission, so Tanveer can add lines to this file. So this is what access control list. And if you see now, it will show you user one. So first without name, that is referring to the owner, and second here you can see the name Tanveer and what permission Tanveer have. Also, if you use this ls space minus l, earlier here it was showing dot, now it is showing plus. Now if you want to remove any user rights which you have given through ACL, then you need to specify only the username, not the permission. And instead of M, you will use X to remove. Now you see, user Tanveer is not here. And if Tanveer is trying to open the file once again, no permission is there. So this is access control list. Any question in this? Is this
To
clear?
more or like one or like to more users, how can we give, sir?
One by one, or you put all those in one group and then you give permission to the group.
Okay.
Okay. Instead of giving you can use G here and give the group name and put all the user member of that group if you are giving similar permission. Or if you want to give different type of permission to few users, then same type of permission whom you want to give, create a group, add them, give the permission what you want. Again, so it's not that only you can give permission to one user, multiple user also one by one. If you are giving user wise, then you have to add the same, execute the same command one by one by changing the username and the permission what you want to give. Similarly,
Okay,
you
sir.
want to give for multiple groups, then one by one you will add multiple groups. Is it clear? Any other questions for this ACL?
No, sir.
So as we have planned for today, scheduling job at and cron tab, creating, managing compression and ACL we have covered. So let's move to the syllabus and see how much we have completed and what are the things we can take as a small topic for today. So this one, transferring files between systems securely, that is the part of this one, SCP, secure copy, which we'll cover here. And apart from this, we have completed day 11 and day 13, half part of the day 13. Okay. So the remaining part of the day 13 we are going to cover now, and then it will remain installing the software or the features of the OS, and then we'll have the storage partition services and all. So let's move to the mounting, any identifying the file system and the device, and mounting, unmounting the file system. So generally we will have two external devices, or we can have the partitions. So and pen drive, partitions, then you need CD drive. Okay. So how to identify and how to use it. So suppose you have created one partition apart from the existing one. Okay. So So this is the boot partition. This is swap partition. This is the root partition. And suppose you have created one more new partition and you have some external drives. So how you are going to use this all? Okay. So for this, we have one command here called mount. So if you use the command mount, you will be able to see which partition is mounted where. You see system FTS sys type this, like this, all the mountings it will show. Okay, where you can see SDA1, which is the boot partition. So SDA1 is the partition 1, which is mounted on slash boot, and the type of file system is XFS here. Okay. So just to understand the same, you can use the command F disk space minus L. So when you use the command fdisk space minus L, you will come to know that there is a hard disk of 20 GB. Out of that, it has created two partition, SDA1 and SDA2. Okay. So two partitions are created there. And so out of this two partition, if you see one partition which is of 19 GB, that is converted into LVM. Later we will see what exactly is the LVM. And in LVM, 17 GB is given as a logical volume for root partition and 2 GB is for swap partition. So when you are going to plug your pen drive, so here how you have seen the disk Dave SDA of 20 GB. Similarly, you will see here disk SDB or any other name it will show, and the capacity of the capacity of the pen drive. And then you will see there will be only one partition there also, so that you can identify how it is connected. Now coming to the your pen drive, sorry, CD drive. For that, we need to connect the CD DVD. For this, we have to go here in the virtual machine. In the real scenario, we will just put the CD DVD in the tray and it will pop up. Here we will go in the devices. We have the optical drive. So here we cannot connect the CD DVD directly. So instead, we will select ISO image of the CD DVD, ISO, NRG images. So when you are going to select it or connect it, it will appear here. You see, it's connected. So by default in the graphical environment, it will get mounted automatically. We have logged in graphical. So when you go in the files section, here you can see it is mounted automatically. You can click and you can see what are the files are there in this CD DVD. You can see packages and all we available in this. So where it is mounted, as we say, we cannot access anything. We need to mount. So in graphical environment, this removable media is mounted automatically. Okay, so you see all the packages and everything. So now to identify the same where it is mounted, we have the command mount. So when you put mount, you will see there is a device SR0. SR0 is the name of CD DVD. Dev for device, SR0 is the name of CD DVD. It is mounted on run folder, media folder, and root. If you are logging with suppose Tanveer, then it will show you folder Tanveer. And then this is the name of CD DVD. With that name, it will create a temporary folder and it will mount it. And the type of file system, that is ISO 9660. So that is the file system of CD DVD, and it is mounted in read only. So if you know the name, then from next time what you can do is mount a space pipe grep slash Dave slash SR0. So here you can see this all. So it is mounted automatically. Similarly, if you want to check the same in graphical environment, go inside, go to the other location, computer, run, run folder. Then we have media folder here, media. Inside the media, the user, current user name, there will be one folder and then it will show the CD DVD. And then when you go inside, you see automatically it's selected. So this is the complete path. Now, every time when we have to copy any file from the CD DVD from the command line, it is very tough for us to give this big path. So instead, what we do, we unmount it. We unmap the folder with the CD DVD. So you mount slash Dave slash SR0. So it's unmounted. So when it is unmounted, let us see in the activity whether it shows. Okay. So it is showing there mount and open. You see, when I click, automatically it will mount and open. It is just showing that it is there. And this one is to unmount. So now if we check in the command line with this command, it is showing that no, it's not mounted anywhere. So where I can mount? Mount the device SR0. I want to mount on folder MNT or any folder wherever you want to mount. You give the name and the path. If it is in the current working folder, you can give directly that name. So now it is mounted. So if you check, it is mounted on MNT. And if I go inside the MNT folder, I will be able to see all the files, app stream, base OS, the packages and everything here inside it. So this is how we can connect a CD DVD, mount it and access it. Similarly, when you want to mount any partition, anything, command will be same. Only you have to specify the device name or the partition name and where you want to mount it. And to verify, to check it, we have the command mount, grep, and then give the device name. And accordingly, you can see where it is mounted. And to unmount it, just give unmount and this command. Okay. Is it clear? And always keep in mind whenever you have to unmount, first execute CD command. So if you are inside that path, you will be out and then you can unmount it. So I hope this mounting and accessing this CD DVD in command line is clear to you or any confusion. Similar for the pen drive, if you are doing, you have to go connect your pen drive. Pen drive should be FAT32. And then here in the USB section, you can select it and then you will be able to see. Okay. So unfortunately, I don't have a pen drive right now with me, but I think earlier when I was giving training on that time, LVM and USB drive. So let me show you how it was on that time. This is, you see. So this is the name of the partition, you see, SDA1 on that time because I have created it in VMware. So in the VMware, the partition name starts or the disk name starts like NVMe0N1 and then P1 is the partition one. You see boot partition XFS. So whatever name will be there, it will show you. And by default, it has mounted like our CD DVD on run media root and then disk IMG, whatever name of the pen drive. Type if you see there, it shows that VFAT and it is in read write mode. So you see, I have created one folder, pen drive, and then I'll mount it here. We can create with any name and unmounted the default mount point. And then we see there is nothing. Then I have mounted on pen drive. And when I go inside the pen drive, I can see what are the content available in this pen drive. You see. So now I'll copy any file. So I have copied one folder Asia in the pen drive here now. Then I can see here I have unmounted this, and then I have shown that once I have deattached the pen drive, and if you check in the folder, there is nothing, because when I mount and open this folder, it shows the data of pen drive. When unmount, then this folder is empty as it is. Okay. And after this, I went to the Windows machine and connected once again this pen drive, and I can see the folder which I have copied from Linux, China, India, Japan. And why this file it is showing as a 0? Because the file extension I have not given as a .txt there when we create. And in Windows, to open .txt or any extension should be there. And then I can write anything here and I can save it. Okay. So similarly, I have copied some files in that pen drive, again mounting here. And when I'm going inside ls, I can see these are the files I have copied from Windows, and we are able to access it. You see, using the cat command, I will open the file cybersecurity notes, and these are the things. So I think this is the graphical option. I have shown how we are opening the PDF and all in Linux. So in future, or maybe if you have the pen drive uh, and you can format it with FAT32, you can test the same. So is this clear?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm. So this was identifying the file system of any device and how to mount and unmount the file system. So next we will have the class on Monday, and on Monday we will start with the topic installing and updating the software. So in this we will see how to install Chrome or how to install any MS Office type of package software on Linux machine, how to run internet on Linux machine. So these type of thing. So instead of that day, today we will see how to run internet on the Linux machine, and then tomorrow how to install, sorry, in the next class we'll see how to install the software. So to run internet in this virtual machine, your laptop should be connected with the internet first. Then you have to go to the devices, network setting. In this network setting, you have to make sure it is set to NAT. Okay, so by default it will be set to NAT adapter 1. Then the second thing you have to test is you have to go in activities, show application, settings. Okay, here we have the network option. You have to make sure this network is turned on, and prior to this go to the setting in the wired option, connect automatically, you check it here, and IP version 4, it should be automatic DSCP. So by default it will be automatic DSCP. And in the details tab you have to make sure connect automatically, apply. So once you apply, it will become on, or you can turn on and turn off. Now you can see here the connection is there. Now go to your Firefox. You see, it is opening mozilla.org, privacy and all. So I want to open, suppose, YouTube. Click. So here, this is the YouTube. I want to search. You see. Okay. And you can play and all. So this is how to use internet in Linux. So in the next class on Monday, we will download the software on Linux machine and then install the same on the Linux machine. External drives. Internet. Okay. So next class we will cover installing and managing softwares and packages using RPM and YAML. Okay, so next class we'll cover these 12 and then we'll move further. So once we complete this 12, then our next topic will be managing the basic storage and LVM. After that, we will move to the network and the security of the Linux, like AC Linux and firewall. And then we'll see how to configure the services. So do you have anything which we can discuss now? Any doubt, any questions? Okay, fine then. If
No,
there is
sir.
no question, then we'll connect on Monday. So in this
Sure, sir.
weekend, practice this all and note down your doubts to discuss on Monday.
Okay, sir.
Okay.